Okay, today I'm going to talk about the Smurfs Christmas Special, or as I like to call it, tiny blue druids versus a demonic Christmas sorcerer. So let's get into it. Now, before we can even talk about the Smurfs Christmas Special, before we can even talk Smurf at all, we need to talk about this holiday that they're operating, which is Christmas, this giant, shimmering cultural remix. Now, let's get some historical context in like I like to do. This thing goes down in 1982, and the studio that produces this is the legendary Hanna-Barbera. And this source material for the Smurfs themselves comes from some old Belgian comic book series. We're talking 1958. So this cultural moment is taking all these aspects, and they animated a Christmas special that was designed to be kind of moral supplements for kids. This is entertainment weaponized as seasonal mythology.
With your broke ass.
Christmas itself is the mythical chimera of holidays. It has elements of Roman Saturnalia with the gift giving, the role reversing, and the feasting. You have Germanic Yule with evergreen trees, fire rituals, winter spirits. You have Christian nativity with rebirth and the divine child motif. You have Slavic winter demons with cold, hunger, the anti-life forces, and Celtic winter solstice, singing, and communal light rituals. Now, the Smurfs Christmas Special isn't by accident. None of this stuff is ever by accident. This is a funnel where all these strands of winter mythology get repackaged into this kid-friendly blue druid form that it is. So just remember, Christmas specials were not about just stories. These were cultural training wheels. So every December, TV gave you a crash course in global winter mythology. You just didn't know that's what you were getting.
We're kind of sneaky. I think we can all be a little sneaky sometimes.
Now, we have to look at the Smurfs in a slightly different light. I see them as this, woodland micro pantheon. The Smurfs act like a forest pantheon, not a village. Their world is structured on old European fairy tale faith. The hidden forest communities, that sound familiar? Hobbits, mushroom houses, communal living, one red-capped wizard as their leader. You've seen all this stuff before. This is straight out of Celtic fae lore, Germanic forest spirits, like Slavic myths. A lot of this is all wrapped into ancient European or older European myths.
Are you out of your mind?
And the Smurfs themselves, they all represent some basic archetype in that mythology, kind of like, almost like moving like demigods. Papa Smurf is obviously your Merlin or your druidic leader, the elder. Then you have Brainy Smurf, who is like a scribe or a scholar. He's like their Smurf Thoth or Hermes, just more annoying. Smurfette is clearly the divine feminine who undergoes magical transformation, and the village itself is a sacred grove. This is a mythic safe zone, and this represents this nature-aligned harmonic species whose powers come from unity, cooperation, and this collective vibration. And not one individual is supreme. This is all about this collective resonance that they have. It's this whole metaphysical conflict that they have with the outside world when they have to face evil. And their villain is a winter demon wearing a human cloak. And we can talk about the smoke in the room, the mysterious cloaked sorcerer. The man isn't just a bad wizard, he's crafted after a long line of European demons. So we see the pale skin, the black winter cloak, the sharp angular face, emotionless expressions, appears during a storm, like all this stuff, just wanting to claim children. And these traits fit perfectly with Krampus, who I just talked about the other day, and Old Man Winter, who is the Devourer, or Jack Frost, more sinister folklore origins, all fit within this power fueled by the cold.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all.
So we see all the stuff coming back, that mythology coming back, and his psychology, which is very interesting because he represents anti-community forces, right? Cold through isolation, silence, loss of connections, darkness, and this suppression of the spirit. And he makes these bargains, this corruption of innocence. He is the mythic enemy of Christmas, not because of the religion, but because of the vibration, the positivity. He thrives in a world where voices are quiet and people are apart and warmth is gone. So the Smurfs aren't just fighting against this random wizard. They're fighting against the mythic embodiment of anti-Christmas, the spirits that freezes community and drains out the compassion. Now, of course, we see the two kids, right? And this is very specifically done. These are the two hero twins motif that we see in a lot of mythologies. This is not lost. This is a global expression that we see. We see it in Mayan culture, Navajo culture with the monster slayer and born for water. In Greek myth, this is Apollo and Artemis. We see it in Yoruba beliefs in the Igby twins. In Egyptian or Kemetic culture, it was Heresy-Older and Herosis, the solar twin aspect. And in Roman culture, it was Romulus and Remus. So this idea of the sacred twins is like repeating, and what they represent in mythology is renewal, innocence, right? The future. They have dual balance. They're also rebirth. They're cosmic symmetry. So putting two children in this cosmic story is basically Christmas shouting out that this is about rebirth, and pay attention. So they put that right there at the center. Those two become the most important aspects in the story. And this is a psychological trick because kids represent the light trying to survive in the winter of despair. So they're ultimately really wrapping that in a nice, neat bow, pun intended. Now, the whole Christmas tree ceremony is straight up pagan ritual. And we see this. This goes all the way back to like Yule stuff. This is old. This is the elements of the ritual, like the circle formation, which is protective magic. It's ancient fire pits, right? The singing. And we're going to talk about singing a lot because this is vibrational spell work. The communal harmony, which is energy amplification, right? Light surrounding the tree, the ancient winter solstice symbol. Like the tree itself, of course, is a connection between the earth and the sky. So what they're doing is not caroling. We call it that. This is a coordinated metaphysical counterattack on what winter's doing. And this is why singing matters. Everything about the Smurfs we know is about their singing. This is their vibrational magic. In almost every ancient culture, sound equals life. Vibration equals creation. Harmony equals alignment. Chanting equals spell casting. And chorus equals amplification.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
So the Smurfs don't win through force. They win by frequency. They defeat the winter demon by reaching a vibrational resonance that he just can't tolerate. So modern audience, we see caroling, but ancient myth sees frequency warfare. That's what was going down. Isolation frequency versus a communal frequency. And that's exactly what it is. So we see this fight. It's his community itself versus control. Because the Smurfs themselves, they thrive when they stand together. And the demons thrive when he isolates all the vulnerable pieces. So this in itself really ties in with, most holiday folklore. It has the psychological dynamics. It represents some cult behavior. And this myth balances order and chaos. That's what they're seeking to do. Christmas is really a special type of vessel because it is memory. It's carrying ancient pagan codes. Kids think they're just watching cartoons, but subconsciously they're absorbing winter rituals. They're absorbing vibrational magic, community myths, archetypes, and cosmology. So we see a lot that's going in there. This winter monster archetype that we walk away from. Krampus, Morana, right? Jack Frost, the Frost Giants, Wendigos. And winter represents itself scarcity, death, cold, entropy, hopelessness. So every winter story is about overcoming the darkness together. And the Smurfs, special is a micro version of that cosmic cycle. The darkness, the peril, then the unity and the rebirth. So a great story. Definitely when you watch, check it out this year, hopefully beyond. You'll take it and see some of the symbolism that these really smart writers were really good at executing and putting into the story. If you have more that you'd like to add to this, or you have some other topics you want me to do a deeper dive into, just hit me up in the comment section.